I'm Tim. I'll be your host today. I'm our customer evangelist at ActiveCampaign. Every month, I host the Product Updates webinar to let you know about everything we released in the past month on all sorts of different plans and all sorts of different features and products. Let you know what those are, and then let you know what they do and how they could potentially be of use to you as you grow your business. So today we're going to go over a bunch of product demos for several of those features we launched in May. Got to remember what month it is. All right, cool. I think we have quorum. Let us jump into some demos here. Let's talk about Microsoft Outlook. Microsoft Outlook is a very popular email client, has both a desktop and a web version. And Outlook has what's called add-ins, which are sort of like extensions like you can get for your web browser or for Chrome or Gmail. And so ActiveCampaign has released an Outlook add-in. This is available on Plus, Professional, and Enterprise plans. And this means if you've used our Gmail plugin, where it brings in contact information based on the contacts on your emails, very similar functionality now is available in Outlook. This was brought about in part because of ideas from you, our customers. We had one specific idea that said, please add an Outlook extension similar to how the Gmail extension works. I don't think you can get more straightforward than that. So thank you for submitting that idea. Thank you as always for submitting your ideas. We do now have an Outlook add-in available in the Microsoft Marketplace, the Microsoft Store. Let's take a look at what exactly this Outlook add-in looks like and what it does. So I'm here in my Outlook account. I'm using the web-based Outlook client. And if I go to, I have a sent item here. So you can really go to any email. This could be, an email in your inbox, an email in a folder, any email in a sent folder. Any email will have, once you've installed the ActiveCampaign Outlook add-in, you will have this little blue ActiveCampaign icon available in the top right of your emails, wherever you view that email again, the inbox, a folder, the sent items. So if I go in the sent items here, I sent an email to a contact of mine. When I hit the little ActiveCampaign icon on this email, a little side panel appears called ActiveCampaign, and I can now view the contact information for this contact that's from my ActiveCampaign account. So I can view their basic information. I can view any fields. I don't think I have any fields set up for this contact, actually. Oh, I do. I have one. Is this person Tom Rework? Yes. And then there are a bunch of other fields, deals, tasks. You can set all of that, or you can view all of that for that contact. So, and of course, you can also, not only can you view the contact information, including first name, last name, phone number, account, fields, deals, and tasks, you can also edit that information. So I'm going to go ahead and change the phone number here for my contact. I'm going to change that phone number to 8675309. And so when I go to my ActiveCampaign account now, here's the same contact. There's your old phone number. If I refresh the page for this contact in ActiveCampaign, I'm going to see the new phone number, 8675309, right there. So this is super useful. If you are an Outlook user, if you are in Outlook every day and emailing your contacts or reviewing emails from your contacts, you can easily now learn more about those contacts with just hitting the ActiveCampaign icon. And if something changes, your contact emails you and says, hey, I've updated my phone number, or I no longer am a small t-shirt size, I'm a large. You can instantly pop over to this ActiveCampaign pane on the right and update that information in ActiveCampaign without having to jump between Outlook and ActiveCampaign. So very convenient, very powerful, and hopefully you enjoy. Let's talk about Salesforce. So ActiveCampaign has a Salesforce integration that is available on all plans. And Salesforce has what are called lead assignment rules. That's a really cool feature of Salesforce that lets you set up rules that route how leads get assigned to people within Salesforce based on the criteria of those rules. ActiveCampaign now supports Salesforce lead assignment rules. One of our customers submitted an idea that inspired us to support the Salesforce lead assignment rules. They said, I've tested lead assignment rules on 2 different AC Salesforce pairings. Lead assignment rules do not seem to be honored with either pairing. Has anyone gotten lead assignment rules to work when AC creates a new lead? At the time this was submitted, we did not support lead assignment rules. So that is very simply why you weren't able to get lead assignment rules to work with AC when AC creates a new lead. Of course, you and many others expressed this sentiment. So that is part of the inspiration why we made sure to get this delivered and out to you. So as always, thank you for your ideas. Let's take a look at what this ActiveCampaign support for Salesforce lead assignment rules looks like. So here I am in Salesforce, in my Salesforce account, and in the setup section, you can set up, like I said, what are called lead assignment rules. So I have one set up here, a very simple one. And this says that when the city equals Chicago for a lead, assign it to me, Tim Jahn. Very simple rule. So what this means is if a lead is synced into Salesforce from ActiveCampaign and the city field equals Chicago, it will be assigned to Tim Jahn. The way that ActiveCampaign's support of this works is it'll abide by the active lead assignment rule. So as you can see up here, I have this rule active, which means it's working and it's Salesforce is reading it. And so ActiveCampaign will automatically abide by the active lead assignment rule. So just one rule. You need to make sure that you have the ActiveCampaign fields mapped to Salesforce fields within the Salesforce configuration. So in this case, I've already mapped the ActiveCampaign field SF lead city to the city field in Salesforce. So there's a configuration in the background here that will automatically map those two that I've set up. So in this case, I have a contact Marv Ventura. This is Marv. Marv Ventura's SF lead city field is set to Peoria. And so when I go to Marv's record, his lead record in Salesforce, here's Peoria. You can see if I edit the address here, the city is set to Peoria. Marv was assigned to Lauren Lavin. So the reason Marv was not assigned to Tim Jahn is because city was not equal to Chicago. If we look at a second contact in ActiveCampaign, Jupiter Jones, Jupiter's SF lead city field is set to Chicago. So if you look at Jupiter Jones's lead record in Salesforce here, we have Chicago, and they were assigned to Tim Jahn, again, because the lead assignment rule, the single active lead assignment rule in Salesforce says that any lead who has a city equal to Chicago should be assigned to Tim Jahn. So if you have a lead assignment rule set up in Salesforce that is making your life easier, ActiveCampaign will now abide by that rule and hopefully continue to help you make your life easier. One of our customers submitted an idea that said, I'd like to be able to automatically create an account for a new contact when they submit a form through our website based on their business name. Well, you can do that now with the Add Contact to Account action. This is a new action available in the CRM category in the Automation Builder. So here I have a blank automation here. Let's set this up. Let's create a start trigger that this automation will trigger when a contact submits a form, if they submit our contact form. And then as the idea suggests, when a contact submits that contact form, we want to add that contact to an account, and the account is named after the business name that the contact submits in the form. So we're going to go to the CRM category here of actions. At the bottom, we now have Add Contact to Account. So what we can do with this new Add Contact to Account action, you can enter a new account name here. So you can enter in any string you want, Or you can personalize it, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use the business name field that comes from the form. So now when the contact submits the form, their business name will become their new account name. And then this action also allows you to decide what to do if a contact is already related to an account. So you can overwrite the existing relationship. You could skip this action altogether. You can rename this account for all contacts who happen to be associated with this account. I'm going to go ahead and overwrite existing relationship and hit save. So this is pretty cool. Super easy now to add a contact to an account within automations. Let's talk about the increased conversations chatbot limit. This is available on all plans. This improvement was inspired by an idea from one of our customers who said only 25 chatbot actions is extremely limiting. Increase the limit. I agree, and we agree. 25 chatbot actions is kind of limiting. So previously, when you create a chatbot automation in ActiveCampaign's Conversations product, so you go to our settings page, the Conversations tab, and this is where you can set all sorts of settings for your conversations. There's a chatbot automation tab on this page, and this is where you create your chatbot automation. So currently you can do one of these per account, and this lets you set up your chatbot and set up all the rules of where the visitor should be routed based on what they say and answers to questions and things like that. And you do this by setting up a bunch of actions. So you can set up a text block, a question block, a form block, enter an automation. Previously, you were only able to add 25 of these blocks to a chatbot automation. As you can see now, it says I'm currently using 6. So I have 94 of 100 blocks remaining. So there's now a 100 block limit, up from 25. That's pretty great, 4 times as many blocks. So there's still a limit of 100, but that's a lot of blocks now. So this should be less limiting. You should be able to do even more with your chatbot automations now. So again, when you go to your chatbot automation, you add a new block, you can now add up to 100 blocks to each chatbot automation. Let's talk about the Shopify Buy Now button. You can now easily embed a Shopify Buy Now button on a landing page you create in ActiveCampaign using ActiveCampaign's pages. This is available on Plus, Professional, and Enterprise plans because that is where Pages is available. So Shopify has a really simple Buy Now button feature where you can easily configure a button for a specific product, for example, and you grab the code and you can just drop it on other properties outside Shopify, like ActiveCampaign's landing pages. And then your visitors and your customers can come and easily pick a product on your site and buy it instantly. They can check out and do all of that on your site without going to your Shopify store. You can now easily embed this on a landing page in ActiveCampaign. Let's take a look at how. So I'm here in my Shopify account. So you set up a sales channel on the left here. There's different sales channels you can set up in Shopify. Online store is generally always one of them. I've set up Buy Now as another sales channel, Buy Button as another sales channel. So I'm going to create a Buy Button. I'm going to do a product Buy Button. You can do a collection one too. I'll leave it up to you in Shopify to work out what you want to do there. I'm going to create a product button though. And I'm going to create one for my cookie sandwich. So these are my products in Shopify. So I'm just going to select my product cookie sandwich. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the code. So Shopify gives you the code right here. I'm going to copy code. Code has been copied. Going to head over to my ActiveCampaign account. I have a landing page here set up in the Pages section of ActiveCampaign. So I'm going to go down near the bottom here. I'm going to grab the embed block on the right here. I'm going to throw it right above this quote. So the embed block lets you embed any type of code, outside code, into your ActiveCampaign landing page. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste the code in here. I'm going to hit save, and that's it. I'm going to hit publish. You can see right here it embedded the widget, just like when we were in Shopify. We have the picture, the price, the name of the product. And so if I actually go view this page now, This is a live preview of my landing page. If I go to the bottom here above the quote where I added my widget, here it is. There's the product image, the name, the price, and then I can actually add this to cart right away. So I now have a cookie sandwich in my cart in Shopify. I could go ahead and check out. So this is super convenient for your visitors, for your customers. So if you're using the Shopify Buy Now button, I encourage you to check this out. Let's talk about the CRM. So in the CRM, you have records for every different account. And now you can view all the emails related to the contacts that are associated with that record, with that account, are now on the account record. So if you have Joe the contact and Beth the contact, and they have emails that are associated with their contact record, both Joe and Beth are attached to the Binford Industries account. You will now see all the emails attached to Joe and Beth's records on the Binford Industries account record. Since this is part of the CRM, this is available on Plus, Professional, and Enterprise. Let's take a look. I'm here in my CRM. I'm on the Kavanaugh Industries account record. And when I go down here to the bottom, there's a Notes tab and there's an Emails tab now. So I hit the Emails tab and you'll see I have a contact named Art Kavanaugh who is attached to Kavanaugh Industries. And all the emails that were sent to and from Art are now attached to the account record for Kavanaugh Industries. So this is really cool. You no longer have to go searching for specific deals or specific contacts when you are looking at accounts or you're thinking in an account-based manner. You can easily just hop over to the account record page here in the CRM, and you can view all the emails in aggregate that have to do and are associated with that account. We now display URLs as links when you are looking at URLs in the notes of an account in the CRM. So this, of course, because it's part of the CRM, you'll see this do functionality on Plus, Professional, and Enterprise plans. So when you're in the CRM and you're on the record for a specific account, in this case, I'm on my account Kavanaugh Industries, at the very bottom of the page, you have two tabs, Notes and Emails. This shows you all the notes associated with the account, and it shows you all the emails associated with the account. What we're looking at here, what is new here, is when you have a URL in a note on this account, for example, this note found us from a review on g2crowd.com, you can now click that link and it's an actual hyperlink. So it goes out in a new tab to that actual URL. So this is super useful if your team is collecting URLs in the notes on the account here during their process, and a manager or some other team members reviewing these notes. They don't have to copy and paste that URL anymore and then throw that into your address bar of your browser. You just simply click the link and it opens in a new tab and you're good to go. So it's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about a few other cool features that were released last month. The first is related to custom reports. We now have e-commerce data available in custom reports. If you're not already familiar, custom reports are a way to completely customize data from your ActiveCampaign account into all sorts of visualizations and combinations. It's really just a playground where we provide data and you are able to bring that data together in the way that makes the most sense to you. Custom reports are available on the enterprise plan. So that means that the availability of e-commerce data in the custom reports is also available on the enterprise plan. So what this means specifically now is you can, in the left column of the custom reports, you can see in the graphic on the right here where it says Explore, you can now select the e-commerce category. So previously you would see like contact and deal. There's now a new category at the bottom called e-commerce. You open that and you will see all sorts of data to filter by, to measure by, things like store name, product name, abandoned cart rate, order revenue, discounts, average order value, all sorts of data now available related to e-commerce in your account. And this will come from any e-commerce integrations you have connected. So you can build the report of your liking using this data now tied in with any other data in your ActiveCampaign account. The second piece to this is what we call pre-built reports. So there on the graphic on the left here is an example of a store performance report, a real simple report that just shows you the total amount of orders and revenue for each store you have connected to ActiveCampaign. But there's an abandoned cart report. There's a couple other pre-built reports now available in the top right of the custom reports section when you go to the pre-built reports. And you can now access these in a custom report. So this is another great way to build a report based on your e-commerce data, especially if you're looking for somewhere to get started. So to recap, we have e-commerce data available as measures and filters within the custom report, so you can build a report to your liking. And then secondly, we have new pre-built reports. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them that are e-commerce related in custom reports. And again, custom reports are an enterprise plan only feature. So this only applies if you have the enterprise plan. If you don't have the enterprise plan, definitely if you have a rapid ActiveCampaign, talk with them about custom reports. It is a really cool feature. And most people that I've spoken with, all the customers I've spoken with, are very excited about it. So they usually are very glad that they hopped on enterprise to get that. So e-commerce data is now available in custom reports. Another cool feature released last month is the ability to add a sender name to the SMS messages you send out natively via ActiveCampaign's automations. So this is available on Plus, Professional, and Enterprise plans. The way this works is when you go to your settings page in ActiveCampaign and you set up an address and you set a default address, there's a new field as pictured here called SMS Sender Name. This is a 50-character maximum field that you can put in. It's meant to be your name or the name of your business or organization is most recommended. When you set up an automation that sends out SMS messages natively to your contacts and you have this field filled out, we will prepend at the beginning of every message this name. So that's why your business or organization makes sense. It's meant to identify yourself to your contacts, so it's more likely that they will be engaged because they understand who it's coming from. So this is pretty cool because you can easily set this at the settings level in your account. You don't have to worry about it. It's automatically set up and it will automatically be prepended to the SMS messages. So pretty cool. SMS Sender Name. Again, SMS is available on Plus, Professional, and Enterprise plans. So this new sender name feature applies to those plans. ActiveCampaign has long had lots and lots of customers around the globe. We don't just have customers in North America or in any one given continent on Earth. We have customers all over the globe. And these customers, you all speak different languages. So we've always made a concentrated effort to localize our product, and we continue to do that. We have an entire team that thinks about localization. That's what they do. So we're really excited to announce that we have about 10 different automation recipes here, kind of most of our most common recipes in our marketplace. These automation recipes have been localized into Portuguese, French, Italian, German, and Spanish. So this is great when you use your ActiveCampaign account in one of those languages and you happen to import one of these automation recipes from our marketplace. The entire thing will be in that native language. Let's take a look at what this looks like. So I have my ActiveCampaign account set to Portuguese, and I've imported an automation recipe called Welcome Series from the ActiveCampaign marketplace, which, by the way, if you haven't checked out the marketplace, this is activecampaign.com/marketplace. There are, I think at this point, over 500 pre-built recipes. You simply log in with your ActiveCampaign account, you search for what you need, and you can import a recipe immediately into your ActiveCampaign account that other people have built. They've built recipes for all sorts of use cases. So anyway, I highly recommend checking it out. I imported this Welcome Series recipe from the marketplace, and because my ActiveCampaign account is set to the Portuguese language, everything here is in Portuguese. So the entire interface and of course the automation recipe itself. So this recipe requires some configuration. So there's the setup wizard here on the right that is ready to lead me through setting up this automation. And of course, it is going to do so in Portuguese. ActiveCampaign has a new integration. This is super exciting. This is an integration with Microsoft Dynamics 365, one of the popular CRMs out there that people like to use in conjunction with ActiveCampaign. This is available on professional and enterprise plans. I've invited Kelly Whitcop. She's one of our solutions consultants here at ActiveCampaign. I've invited her here to give us a quick tutorial on what it is and what it does.
Hey everyone, this is Kelly Whitcop from your solutions team, and I'm going to be walking you through the capabilities of the new Microsoft Dynamics 365 integration. ActiveCampaign is launching a direct Microsoft Dynamics 365 integration with our newest strategic partner, Microsoft. Through this integration, ActiveCampaign for Microsoft Dynamics combines the power of customer experience automation with the data in your CRM for a unified approach to engage with customers. The ActiveCampaign integration with Microsoft Dynamics is going to deal with the two of the platform's most commonly used entities, the contact and the lead entity. This integration is going to allow for a bi-directional syncing of data between the custom field values within Microsoft Dynamics and the custom field values within ActiveCampaign. This is going to mean that the integration you have between both platforms will be able to talk with each other so that they're both up to date with the most accurate and relevant information in both systems. So through visiting the Microsoft Dynamics App Source, you're going to be able to download the integration directly into your account. From there, you can navigate to the ActiveCampaign setup to go through the integration flow. The second step is going to be able to define the list of users for this integration. The list of users is going to be able to dictate who can and cannot see the sales component of this integration. And we'll be diving into exactly what that sales component is in just a moment. From there, they're going to be directed to the configuration setup process. This is going to allow you to be able to say who's being synced and what specific information do you want being synced in regards to custom fields and your contact records back and forth between the two systems. And finally, the last step within this integration is going to be the sync settings. This allows you to decide how far back would you like ActiveCampaign to go grab your older Microsoft Dynamics data, and how often do you want this sync to be staying in contact with each other. Are we looking for the frequency to be as close as once every hour, or maybe more spread out to once a day? But after this is done, the integration is set up and complete. So the data should be flowing back and forth between your two systems. But to have sound mind that everything's working well and to be able to see the results that it's yielding, we're going to have a health and performance dashboard to see how many contacts and how many leads are we having come from each different system, who's being created, and is anything falling through. Along with the syncing of data within your Microsoft Dynamics account, you're going to see an additional tab and two additional widgets, both within your contact and your lead entity in Microsoft Dynamics. The additional tab on both of these entities is going to allow you to see which contacts have been synced with ActiveCampaign, when's the last time they were synced, and what's the direction, which way were they originally pulled within this integration. Then the first widget that you're going to have that's going to be added is going to be the sales actions. This is going to allow for your reps to be able to immediately send the contact an ActiveCampaign email, or to be able to send them into an ActiveCampaign automation without having to leave their Microsoft Dynamics account. This functionality is going to allow for you to bring the power and flexibility of ActiveCampaign into your CRM without feeling like you're giving up full control of your marketing sequences. They're only going to be able to see what you're allowing them to see. But also, your team's not going to have to feel like they're bouncing back and forth between two platforms just to have a strong syncing of systems. The second component of the integration is going to be the ActiveCampaign activity feed. This view allows for you to see all ActiveCampaign activity tracking about this record from within your Microsoft Dynamics environment. The blue email icon is going to represent any email activity from ActiveCampaign, so this would be any email that's been sent opened, clicked, or replied to. The little gear icon here is going to be able to show you any completed or entered into automations that this contact has gone through. And then the calendar icon here is going to be able to show you any site or event tracking that's been tracked within your ActiveCampaign environment. And as you're seeing here, you can filter which activities you want to see and maybe which ones you want to hide for your viewing. ActiveCampaign has the ability to have great insight into how people are interacting with your business online. And now through this integration, we're going to be able to pass this information along to your teams who are constantly living within Microsoft Dynamics as well. So now that we've reviewed all the functionality within the integration on the Microsoft Dynamics side, we're now going to switch over to the ActiveCampaign side of the integration. Within your ActiveCampaign instance, not a lot's going to change on a visual level, but know that any contacts or leads, entities within Microsoft are going to be staying up to date with your contacts in ActiveCampaign. The way that you're going to be able to know which contacts are synced with Microsoft Dynamics is going to be through tags that are automatically applied through the integration. These tags are going to help give you insight into how that contact was originally synced and where they're connected right now. Not only is this information going to be good just to know who's synced and who's not, but these tags can also be utilized for any other conversion reports that you're seeing in ActiveCampaign. And then those reports can be linked to any automation or email sequences also going out through ActiveCampaign. So you can have some really awesome insights from even these tags being applied. Now, the final aspect of this integration is going to be found within the ActiveCampaign Automation Builder. No contacts within ActiveCampaign are actually automatically going to be created within Microsoft Dynamics. They would need to first go through an ActiveCampaign automation that has a specific action created for this integration that either creates a lead within Microsoft Dynamics or goes and creates a contact within Microsoft Dynamics. This is going to allow for businesses to use the unique data insights and automated capabilities of ActiveCampaign to be a bit more selective of who they want to have come over to Microsoft Dynamics for that one-to-one communication with sales. And as we know that this process is going to be different for every single business, we wanted to give you the tools to create that data flow that makes the most sense for you. You can see within this automation that a contact gets automatically added when they submit my online form to gather more information about me and my business. At this point in time, I don't believe that they're quite ready to get connected with my sales team. I want to wait and make sure that they're excited about the company and they at least have some fundamental information about us first. So I have this lead score that's going to be checking to see, are they coming to my website? Are they interacting with my emails? Do they even fit the profile of someone who I think would be a good customer fit of ours? If they check all those boxes, then they're going to continue through this automation. They're going to be updated as their lead source coming from ActiveCampaign, and then I'm going to go send them over to Microsoft Dynamics as a lead for my sales team to now reach out to them.